And welcome back to the channel, everybody. Here, Lucas from Mars, again with another episode of this MLB The Show 22 Custom League. And in this game, or in this episode, we're going to continue this National League Division Series. We had an incredible beginning to this series and a wonderful game one, and it ended up going into extra innings. And the Monarchs ended up winning that game 10-8. I mean, a great start to this series here. So Nashville's wanting to really win this game at home. Don't want to go into Kansas City down 2-0 here. So let's get this episode started. We're going to quick manage the beginning of this game and then the beginning of Game 2 of the other divisional round. And then we got a full game in the American League, the divisional series, as well later on. So, again, Monarchs 1-0 here, still in this home of the Stars here in Alderaan Stadium. And how does this team bounce back from a pretty brutal, tough loss in a Game 1? And can the Monarchs offense be stopped in any sense here right now? They have been incredible in the beginning of this postseason. They've gotten 10 runs in both the wildcard game and Game 1 that we saw last time. So they've been scoring runs in bunches here recently at the start of this postseason. So it's going to be up to the pitching here for this Nashville team to try and slow them down. And on the mound for Nashville in this game is Marco Gonzalez, who is actually their best pitcher ratings-wise and stat-wise this year. 16-3 record, a 2.99 ERA, 213 innings pitched, a 1.1 whip basically. Actually had a really good season. The best pitcher statistically that the Nashville had during the year. 16-3 record is pretty impressive. Got a lot of run support when he was out there, I guess. But here we go, in a quick managing here in the top of the first inning, and that was a 1-2-3 frame there. Already a lot better start for Nashville's pitching. Dane Dunning on the mound here for the Monarchs, already on their third pitcher of this postseason here. That was a big double play right there with a couple of base runners on. And Marco Gonzalez definitely not a strikeout guy. Here's Alex Dickerson, and he's going to hit another home run. Are you kidding me? That's ridiculous. That's his 5th homer in the playoffs. He's got 5 home runs now and 11 RBIs. Unbelievable. Alex Dickerson just carrying the team on his shoulders here in Kansas City right now. That's absolutely incredible. I don't know if anybody has ever had a better start to a postseason than that guy. You're just scared every time he steps up to the plate right now. He is hot at the right time. That's a 2-run home run by Max Kepler right there here in the second inning. That was a good response. So the game is tied back up again. And these offenses, the first inning was quiet for both of them, but now they've kind of woken up to 2-run homers. Now another home run. Chris Taylor is going to hit his first of the postseason there, launching that one over the wall. And Gonzalez here, not quite a 1-2-3 inning, but does get out of that third, but a 3-2 lead now for Kansas City. Here's Mike Trout, who still does not have a hit, actually, in the postseason. He's over 6 so far. Here's Alex Dickerson again, batting a nice 545, and probably batting around 500 now after that swing. But we're in the bottom of the 4th inning now. There's a double by Paul Goldschmidt. Here's Paul DeYoung, 0 for 5 so far. In the playoffs, he's going to come through with a huge base hit right there. Ties the game at 3. Max Kepler grounds into a double play there. But now immediately, Kansas City is going to respond. Darren Nola with a home run. I believe that's his second of the playoffs as well, and he's been having a really good start to this postseason. So back and forth game we've got going on here. 4-3 now in this inning. That's only Brandon Nimmo's second hit of the playoffs right there. And now the bullpen here has looked like what's going to happen. Nashville's going to go to their bullpen. 4.1 innings. It wasn't an amazing start for Marco Gonzalez necessarily here, but what can the National offense do? They are going to get, there's a hit by pitch and a pop-up, so Mike Trout had a base runner there, didn't come through. Still 4-3 game. Leonardo Lopez well, this is his first playoff action. He had a really, really good regular season. Gives a couple base hits there in the 6th inning, but nothing more. So now we're in the bottom of the 6th. There's a walk. Will Goldschmidt's up now, and he also walks. How long do you want Dane Dunning to continue to pitch? Now it's Francisco Lindor, and they bring out Cole Irvin. And we've seen him kind of struggle in the playoffs, and he gives up another walk here to lead off the bottom of the 6th. And so they're going to go with the sac fly. Paul Young does it successfully there. Ties the game. Now smacks Kepler up, and that's a big strikeout actually right there. Now Manny Pena is going to get a base hit. That's going to score a run. And Nashville is going to have the lead here, 5-4. Man, I don't know how many more times you want Cole Irvin to be pitching for you in the playoffs. He has given up base runners every time that he's gone out there. Those runs are not going to be charged to him. But now Nashville's got the lead, 5-4, as we're in the 7th inning. Lopez trying to keep him in the game a little too long there, apparently, because Trent Grisham knocks him for a solo homer. That was his 2nd of the playoffs for him, and that is going to be the end of the night for Lopez, who, 1.1 innings, but couldn't get that, couldn't pitch in the 7th inning. So we bring out Jordan Holloway now, 0.2 innings for him in the playoffs so far, and he gets a big strikeout of Chris Taylor there, and there's a walk, another base runner. Yordan Alvarez strikes out, huge, and then there's a base hit. Now it's Tommy La Stella, and Tommy La Stella's going to walk, and we're going to go into the game now here in the top of the 7th inning with the bases loaded. And here's Bobby Witt Jr. batting a nice .333 in the postseason so far. He's 2-for-3 in this game, 1-0. Fly ball, it's a pop-up basically over to first base. Paul Goldschmidt makes the catch, and wow, okay. Ooh, Jordan Holloway, big sigh of relief, because that inning didn't necessarily go his way, but he did not give up a run there in the 7th inning. So we are still tied at 5 in this one. So it's going to come down to the last few innings here. Again, J.D. Davis is at the plate, 200 average. He had a monster homer in Game 1. That was a home run that tied the game up in the 7th inning late. And that one, that's a ground ball. And, oh, Bobby Witt Jr. can't handle it there, and it's actually going to be an error. And, we talked a lot about Bobby Witt Jr. making some good plays defensively in Game 1. He had a couple of really good plays, including like a really amazing diving stop, but that was just a mistake right there. And now it's Mike Trout, who, 0-for-2 in this game. He is 0-for-7 in this series, looking for his first hit here in the divisional round. Now the 2-2, 2-1 from Cole Irvin is a swing and a drive deep to left field. There's the first hit of the playoffs for Mike Trout. It's a 2-run homer. And the Stars are going to take the lead in the 7th, 7-5. Man. And, I mean, this team, if they want to make it far in the playoffs, they got to have that guy come through in the clutch. And I bet that feels really good for him, as, just not finding his swing early on, but there he unloads a 396-foot homer there to left field. Man, that was crushed. Now 88% chance for Nashville to win this game. They're up 7-5 all of a sudden after that swing. Well, so here's Kyle Schwarber. Remember, he had a couple of home runs in Game 1. He is 0-for-2 in this game. There's a 1-2, as that one misses way inside. And, Corcoran's still pitching here. 30 pitches on his ledger. I just don't think he should have him be really out there anymore, as here's a 2-2. And that one just misses. A four-seamer high and inside there, or maybe not inside, but definitely up in the zone. Goldschmidt's sitting on deck. Big pitch here, as Irvin's going to come at him with a 3-2, and that one misses as well, and it's ball 4. So another base runner, and Corbin is going to come out of the game now, and just don't go to him anymore in this series at the very least, because he's given up runs every single time that he's been used so far in the playoffs. I don't really, I'm not going to have a ton of control over that, because I let the CPU play the game, and I don't want to really be influencing it very much. But I really hope that the CPU does not continue to put Corvin in the game in the late, in not even late game situations, but just at all. He has just been really bad in the playoffs. So that's a ground ball out. It's going to move the runner to second. Now it's Francisco Lindor, and he's going to take a four-seamer there. 93 at the top of the zone. A big strike by Dylan Floro right there. And a big out. That's out number 2 here in this inning. And here's Paul DeYoung. He's 1 for 2. He's got a base hit earlier in the game, and he's going to ground that one into left field. That's going to be a single around third, and going to score is Schwarber as a second RBI single from Paul DeYoung makes it 8-5 Nashville. So, this offense just is going to continue to try and add on to this lead that they have now. And, I mean, it's just so hard to stop it. It's such a good batting order up and down. And so now it's Max Kepler, and he's going to strike out. All of those runs, by the way, go to Cole Irvin. And that ERA for him just continues to skyrocket. But, man, big inning for Nashville. They get 3 runs there in the 7th inning. And now the Monarchs, 6 outs left, and they're down by 3. So here is Paul Fry, and 33.2 innings for him, 16 holds on the season, and, under 3 ERA. Pretty good this year. Speaking of pretty good in this postseason, it's Alex Dickerson. Just ridiculous stuff. 462 average and over 2 OPS, 5 homers, 11 ribbies. That's insane. And he's going to punch one up the middle for a base hit. He's still batting .500, and, it's his first hit that isn't an extra base hit for him in the playoffs. That's just incredible. Now it's Austin Nola, and he's 2 for 3 in the game, and he's had a big night, and he's going to be 3 for 4 as he punches that one down into right field. Now it's Trey Grisham. He's got a homer today, and he's going to swing and miss on a slider outside. Great pitch by Paul Fry right there, and an important out number 1. Let's see if they take a look at this pitch. Pretty nasty stuff from Fry here. 8 inches of break on that ball, and 1951 on that RPM. Great pitch right there. Now it's Chris Taylor at the plate, and he's going to ground one up the middle. That's going to get on through. It's a base hit, but they're not going to test the guy going, that was on second base. So the bases are loaded here for Brandon Nimmo, and man, Brandon Nimmo way out in front of that changeup. That was that's a really bad swing right there, to say the least. So the count's now 2-2, but he will not bite at that slider there inside, and the count runs full. I mean, nowhere to put him here in this situation with Yordan Alvarez on deck. Doesn't get any easier for you. So here's Paul Fry. He's going to come set. The full count pitch is low, and that changeup misses. It's ball 4. So that's a walk, and it's going to force home Alex Dickerson. The Monarchs are only down by 2 runs now, and with that, they're going to go to the bullpen again and bring out Mark Melanson, who actually wasn't that great this season. A 4.84 ERA in 35 innings, a 1.58 ERA. Really struggled. Gave up a lot of hits, it looked like, because his walks weren't that bad. But here's Yordan Alvarez, and, he's only 1 for 7 in this series, as he's going to fly this one into center, as this is going to probably score a run. Trout is under it. He makes the play. Tagging, and the throw is not going to be in time. Actually, a closer play than I thought it was going to be there with Aaron Nola's lack of speed, but the Monarchs get on the board again, and it's a 1-run lead now for Kansas City. So, man, Mark Melanson's got to get out of this inning somehow. Here's Jose Abreu, 2 for 4 with a couple of singles in this game. 0-2 count here as he is going to swing and miss late at a cutter. And Melanson, a little fired up there. He does escape the 8th inning, gives up a couple of runs, but Nashville holds on to the lead. Here's Andrew Chafin. This is his first appearance in this postseason here. 48 games, 43 innings for him, a 3.98 ERA. 142 whip. I mean, he was all right for the Monarchs this season. And now we're in the 8th. So here's Manny Pena. Well, we were already in the 8th before, I guess. But Manny Pena is up now. He's 1 for 3 with an RBI hit. And he is going to swing and miss there at his sinker at the knees. So now there's 2 down in the inning for J.D. Davis. 0 for 2 in this game. 1 for 6 overall in the series here. And the first pitch to him from Chafin is going to be a ground ball. And that one is going to get under the glove. Chris Taylor can't really handle that one. And it's going to end up being a base hit. That's a play that Chris Taylor probably could have made. I think he would have told you that he should have made that play on retrospect, as that ball gets through as well. And so a couple of singles here back-to-back in the 8th inning, and now all of a sudden, Kyle Schwarber is at the plate. He's going to ground this one back up the middle, and that one's through. And around third comes the runner. The throw is offline. J.D. Davis will score, and Nashville gets the lead back up to 2. Kyle Schwarber with an RBI single. He's got 3 ribbies now in the playoffs. And that one right back where it came from, back up the middle, right there. And, man, the bullpen here for the Monarchs has not been doing a great job as Tim Bastar comes out in 57 innings for him. Really good numbers. This is his rookie year, and he had a 2.83 ERA and a 1.20 whip. So good stuff from Tim Bastar this year. Just get one out here, and he's going to ground that one, or it's a line drive, actually, to Jose Abreu. And so that'll be the outs. But, you know, Nashville's not comfortable with just a simple 1-run lead. They add an insurance run, and now they go into the 9th inning with a 7-9 score. So, man, another high-scoring kind of slugfest we got in this game, too, as well. Now, here's Trevor May. 51 saves and 58 opportunities for him this year. 56 innings, a 2.72 ERA, 70 strikeouts. Yeah, I mean, he had fantastic numbers. He had a really, really good season. Was the runner-up in the reliever of the year race this season. So, let's see here. Tommy LaStella is at the plate, and he's going to swing and fly this fastball back deep to left field. Schwarber's out of room. That ball is gone. Tommy LaStella, that's his first homer of this postseason, and he's going to make it a 1-run game again here for the Monarchs. So, Kansas City is not dead yet in this bowl game. 8-9 the score now. And, you know, didn't crush it necessarily. 391 on the distance there. Right into that kind of splash, I mean, not into the splash zone, but into the seats where that splash zone area is right there. Man, 1-run game now, so the extra run of insurance, man, it really looms large now for Nashville. 0-2 to Bobby Witt. That's a swing and a miss. Fastball on 98, and just no chance. Bobby Witt Jr. way late on it. Alex Dickerson. And Alex Dickerson is going to swing and miss. That was a changeup below the zone. That was a fantastic pitch. Now Trevor May has got the Monarchs down to their last out. 2-1 it counts, and that's a swing and a miss. The last strike. Now the 2-2 to Nola is a swing and a miss. A slider. And Trevor May gives up a homer in that 9th inning, but he shuts the door with a strikeout of the side. The next 3 batters he faced, and the Stars pick up a monster victory here at home in Game 2. Wow, another fantastic battle back and forth in this one. I mean, that 3-run 7th inning for Nashville was huge, but look at all the runs scored after the 6th inning, or, you know, after the top of the 6th inning in this game. Man, these two teams, I mean, we're seeing just them trading blows and very evenly matched so far. This series is going to go at least 4 games now with the Stars getting that win. So, series tied at 1-1, and now Game 3 is absolutely critical to take command of the rest of this series, especially when you only got 5 total games. 3-game series now between these two teams. Fascinated to see what happens next, but yeah, man, I mean, Mike Trout had a monster home run there in that inning. Paul DeJong had a big RBI base hit. He had a couple of RBIs in this one. And, you know, we saw some critical strikeouts as well. But also, I mean, it's not like the Monarchs didn't do anything. They were fighting back in this game all the way. Tyler Stella had that home run, but it just wasn't enough at the end of the day. Final look at this strike again from Trevor May there. That last pitch, a slider that, you know, is way out in front of. So the win goes to Jordan Holloway for his 1 inning of work in the bullpen. Cole Irvin gets the loss. That's his, probably, I think that's his second loss. Or maybe he didn't lose the first game. But either way, he's given up a lot of runs in the postseason so far. But player of the game is Mike Trout. First couple of hits for him in the playoffs and his first home run. Aaron Nola was 3 for 5. Alex Dickerson was 2 for 5 in this game. And then you look at the pitching for Kansas City, and, you know, Dane Dunning was alright. 5 innings, 4 hits, 5 runs, 5 walks. That's a lot of walks there. Cole Irvin gave up 3 runs. Only one of them was earned, which definitely helps his ERA, but again, gave up runs and a lot of base runners. Dylan Floro pitched a brilliant inning scoreless there. Then you see the rest of the staff there. So Pena got a couple of RBIs, Schwarber got 3, Trout got 2, and Paul DeYoung got 3 RBIs as well. And then Marco Gonzalez, 4.2 innings, 8 hits, 4 runs, only 1 strikeout. Lopez gave up a run in 1.1 innings. Holloway didn't give up anything. Paul Fry struggled definitely. Mark Melanson came in, did his job, and then Trevor May with the save. Gave up a run, but got 3 strikeouts at the end of the day. So that's a big win. Nashville wins Game 2 here at home against Kansas City. And with that game out of the way, now we're going to go to this other series here as the Bees look to fight back and bounce back after a tough Game 1 loss. 4-7 final score in that first game of this series here. And, you know, the Bees desperate for a road win to kind of flip their fortunes in this series here. And, you know, back at Ebbets Field, very interesting game so far. And last time in the beginning of this series, you really saw a back and forth battle for most of the way. In this one, the Bees actually had a 3-1 lead in that game at one point, but then Indiana rattled off, you know, 6 consecutive runs, but it had a huge 3 spot in like the 6th inning of that game, I believe. And then, you know, the Bees did get a run in the 9th, but it wasn't enough for them to be able to win that game and hold on to it. So Chris Bassett is on the mound for the Bees in this one, and Trevor May is on the mound for the Arrows in this bowl game. So good pitching matchup here in this game 2. And here is Dustin May, who was really, really good as this team's number 2 starter. 33 starts for him, a 3.23 ERA and 195 innings, 184 strikeouts, and 1.27 whip. Dustin May was very good at this season. So here we go. Indy Quick managing now. Nick Madrigal leading things off. He was 2 for 5 in that first game, and he's going to play this game off with a double. Okay. Man in scoring position already for Joey Wendell. Didn't get a hit in the Game 1, and he's going to get a base hit here. That's his first of the postseason. It's an RBI single, and immediately jumping on Dustin May here. There's a walk. 2 men are on now. That's a pop out. Luis Torrens strikes out, so they don't get any more. But Salt Lake is on the scoreboard first, just like they were last night, in last night's game in Game 1. So now we're in the 2nd inning there. That's a scoreless frame. Chris Bassett, so far, so good for him in this one. Joey Wendell's back up. There's a strikeout and a walk. Now it's Teoscar, who had a big home run in the last game, but he doesn't do anything there. As David Fletcher ended up being 500, but so far, nothing happening at all for the Indianapolis offense. And then Miguel Andujar gets a big home run. That's his first of this postseason. And, man, Salt Lake, just like they did last night, are off to, you know, not a big lead. Of course, 2-0 is not that big, but Nick Madrigal's now got a chance. Okay, runners at the corners there. He does get through that 4th inning, but still a 1 run allowed. And, man, okay, the offense so far, it's 12 up, 12 down by Chris Bassett at the moment. Pitching exceptionally well. And, you know, Dustin May is kind of had his struggles. He's given up a lot of base runners so far, but he's getting through these innings pretty quickly and relatively easily. Now here's Josh Donaldson. That's the first hit of the game, by the way, by Cedric Mullins, and then a base hit by Donaldson. 2 men on. Mark Canna's up. Flies it out. Okay, Danny Jansen, can he get a sac fly or something here? That's what we're going to try, and he does successfully do that. So the Indianapolis A's are on the board. 2-1 the score here. We're in the 6th inning now. How much more do I want Dustin May to go? His stamina was looking a little bit sketchy there, but he gets through 6 innings. So 6 innings, pretty good at baseball by him in this one. David Fletcher's now going to get a base hit. And there's another single. So now here's Cedric Mullins. And big spot here as he's going to come through. Big base hit right there by Cedric Mullins. And the game is tied here in the 6th inning. Wow, that was a huge single. And then a runner thrown out at the plate, apparently, right there, actually. That was kind of crazy, but now they bring out Pedro Baez. Only pitched 22 innings, but I did kind of struggle. He gave up a run in his short time in Game 1, but trust him here in a tie game. He had a great regular season, so now we're going to go in the top of the 7th and hop into this one. Elias Diaz is at the plate. He's 1 for 2 in this series, in this game so far, and you know, quite different from what we've seen in the other divisional series here. A tightly contested pitcher's duel in this one. 1-2. That's a fastball on the inside part of the plate for strike 3. Great job and great pitch there by Pedro Baez, and let's look at this one, where it ended up being again. Wow, right on the corner. That was a really good pitch right there. Now Joey Wendell here is at the dish. Only 1 for 7 in the series so far. 2 outs in the inning, and he's going to fly this one to center field. And there is the catcher. That's Dominic Smith, I believe. Or no, that's Cedric Mullins making that catch right there in center field. I don't know why I said Dominic Smith. I think Dominic Smith is actually the DH on this team now that I'm remembering it. Or if I'm remembering it right. But either way, now we're in the bottom of the 7th here. Mark Canna comes up. 0 for 2 in the game. 1 for 6. He did have an RBI back in Game 1. But Chris Bassett's still on the mound. And, you know, he's been just excellent in this game. Only 3 runs given up. And, you know, only 79 pitched for him tonight. But in a tie game, as that one misses, cutter high. How big of a leash are you willing to give him in this game? And, you know, a tightly contested game like this, we'll have to see. But here's now Danny Jansen, who got a big sac fly earlier in this game. 3-2 for him. Then he's going to foul off that cutter. And this has been a great at-bat for him. 8 pitches so far. The 9th pitch of the AB here from Bassett. Gets the sign from his catcher. The 3-2, and it's a swing and a miss. Change up there inside Chris Bassett. That's his 4th strikeout of the night. And it's a foul ball by Arizona. And this is 8 pitches in this at-bat, too. So, man, both of these hitters here making Bassett work. He started the inning with like 70 pitches. Now he's at 97. 3-2. He's going to get Ozuna with a low pitch. That was a fastball that time. And so Chris Bassett, I mean, battles with these deep counts and does end up getting a couple of big strikeouts. So now it's David Fletcher. 3 for 6 in the series so far. He's walked a couple times, I think, has tried to steal second base, and actually successfully stealing second base is Mark Canna. That's the first steal that we've seen in the divisional round so far. Not the first postseason steal that we've seen, but at least the first steal in this divisional series here for, you know, either team or either league, as David Fletcher is going to fly this one pretty far and pretty deep into left field. DJ Stewart is there. He turns around and makes the play on the run. Great catch right there. And Chris Bassett, a fantastic performance. 7 innings for him today. And, you know, only 3-4 hits all night. So just a great performance there as we go into the 8th inning now, and here's Brian Abreu. Really small sample for him this season, only pitched 14 innings. but, you know, was good in those 14 innings. So we'll see what he does in the playoffs here in this big spot. He's already got the first 2 outs of this inning. DJ Stewart is at the plate now. And let's see this 3-0 in a little bit of trouble. Maybe with this at bat, and he's going to have a draw a 4-pitch walk. So DJ Stewart gets on here with 2 outs in the 8th. And actually they go to the bench here, and they're going to bring out Jorge Mateo as a pinch runner. DJ Stewart's not that quick. So we bring out Luis Torrens, who had a home run, remember, back in the 9th inning of Game 1. 2-2 pitch from Abreu. That's a swing and a miss. High slider. Okay, an interesting pitch, but Torrens just couldn't handle that one. And that's a big strikeout by Abreu. Holds the lead right where it's at. It's still a 2-2 tie. And we're going to go to the bottom of the 8th inning now in this game. And this game, too, has been fantastic. Exactly what you want to see from playoff baseball, going into late stages with a tie score and the stakes at the highest that they could possibly be. Here's Joey Lucchesi coming on out, 136 innings for him, and you know, he was okay this year, 4.29 ERA. That's not amazing, but not awful, I guess, either. So no more Chris Bassett in this bowl game here as we're in the 8th. And here's Gavin Lux, the star of the show for Indianapolis in that Game 1, had a couple of home runs and RBIs in that game. 0-1, and he's going to swing and miss way early on that cutter. And the Arrows hitters have kind of had that swing a couple of times in this bowl game. Or maybe that was a Monarchs hitter that had a really bad swing. That was a Monarchs hitter earlier in the episode. But that pitch was really close. And Joey Lucchesi is like, where was that one at exactly? Because that looked like could have been strike 3 to me, and it probably could have been. But let's see what he comes with here on this 1-2. And it's a swing and a miss. 2-seamer at the knees, and way late on that was Gavin Lux. So Lucchesi does in fact come back and get the punch out anyway. Let's see what this pitch was, and yeah, that 0-2 pitch definitely should have been strike 3, but he gets the strikeout regardless. So now it's Dominic Smith at the plate. And Dom Smith is 0 for 3 in this game. He looks at that changeup there outside. He's 0 for 3 in this game, 2 for 7 with a ribby in the series to this point. And let's see what he comes with, or Lucchesi comes with here on a 2-0. And that's a swing and a drive by Smith. Deep to the outfield. Herrera is at the wall, and it's gone! Dominic Smith, a monster homer in the 8th inning. The Arrows take the lead, 3-2. Man, a big swing for Dominic Smith. And that one was not really a cheapie out there to left center field. It went all the way over all of the, the wall there, and the advertisements went completely over it. Man, what a huge swing. That's just strike out there by Mark Hanna. Man, now Indianapolis, though, I mean, one swing changes the game totally on its head just like that. And you get to look at this swing a few more times, as now the Arrows are 3 outs away from a Game 2 victory. And you know who they're bringing out of the bullpen? It's Garrett Whitlock. And, you know, only had to get 1 out when the last time that we saw him. Now has to do a little bit more work, but you're confident in, I mean, you're as confident in him as you can be in anybody in the league to be able to do this for you and secure a huge win. So now, here's Miguel Andujar. He's been very good in this postseason for the Salt Lake Bees here. He's actually going to get the drive into the outfield here, and he's got a double. So, yeah, definitely not over yet. Miguel Andujar has put himself into scoring position with nobody out in this inning. Just over the glove of Vladdy there, trying to jump and get that one. So, man, I mean, huge spot here, but good swing by Miguel Andujar there. And here's now Dougal Herrera. So it's unfortunately kind of the more bottom part of this lineup for the Bees here in this situation. I love this camera angle in this one, like the split frame camera angle on these two players. I wish that they would do that kind of a camera angle more often. Because you can only have it in the broadcast mode in this franchise. That's a ground ball, and that's going to be out number 1 as no movement there by Miguel Andujar. So now it's Elias Diaz. 1 for 3 in the game. He's going to ground, he's going to fly this one, but it's right to Marcelo Zuna. He's going to make that catch, and Andujar is staying put. So now, all of a sudden, the Bees are down to their last outs in this game, and it's back up to the top of the order, and back to Nick Magical, who is 1 for 4. He's got a double earlier, and that's exactly what you're looking for right now with the Salt Lake. 90% chance for the Arrows here. And now Garrett Whitlock's going to come with the first pitch of the at-bat, and it's a ground ball to second base, and there's Gavin Lux making the play to end the ball game. Garrett Whitlock gives up a double to lead the inning off, but he is going to be able to work around it, and he gets his second save of the playoffs, and the Arrows secure a 2-0 series lead over the Bees. So, I mean, of course, every win huge in the playoffs, but that one is big for the Arrows, as, I mean, they have a stranglehold on this series now, and the Bees, you know, they're going back home. That's good for them, but now they got to win 3 games in a row against the Arrows, and, I mean, a really close game in this one, a low-scoring duel, and Brian Abreu getting the win in this one. Lucchesi handed the loss, but the Arrows lead that series now 2-0. So, you know, they're setting themselves up in a really great position. And, yeah, I mean, we saw just 2 pitchers that really were working at the top of their game in this one tonight. As you can see, some of these strikeouts that we saw from some of these pitchers here in the later innings. And there's another look, one more look at that swing by Dom Smith. And, yeah, that ball went over that, you know, tall fence area there in that outfield. So, man, Dom Smith, the hero in this bowl game for Indianapolis. And there's a look, final out of this one. Ground ball, actually, is that David Fletcher is their second baseman. Oops, I thought Kevin Wilkes was there. Kevin Wilkes is probably their shortstop. But, man, Cedric Mullins actually ends up being the player of the game in this one. I mean, it's just, this offense right now isn't really performing that great. Miguel Andujar has been carrying a lot of the weight. He's batting .571 right now, and actually Odubel Herrera has been very good in the postseason so far too, but, you know, was only 1 for 3 in this game. We saw an RBI from Joey Wendell, and the home run by Andujar. Man, Chris Bassett kind of wasted an excellent start by him. 7 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs, a walk, and 5 strikeouts. Yeah, that's a great outing, but then Joey Lucchesi gave up a run there, a walk, and a couple of hits in that bottom of the 8th. I mean, none more important than that home run with Dom Smith. So there's the offense for Indianapolis, and I mean, not a lot going for them either in this game, but Mullins was 3 for 4 with an RBI. Smith had that huge home run, obviously. Josh Donaldson is batting .667 right now. Okay, he was 2 for 3 in this game. And David Fletcher's been pretty good so far, though I don't really think he has a home run or an RBI yet. But, you know, Dustin May, I'll take that. I mean, 6 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, 3 walks. I mean, those are good numbers. And in the bullpen, just excellent. Didn't give up any runs and shut it down for the Arrows. So that's the divisional rounds in the National League there. Game 2 taken care of. And now we're going to finally transition to the American League. And we're going to start this divisional series here with the New York Honey Badgers and the Seattle Raptors. New York, again, 87 wins this year, and they're facing off against the Raptors here, who won 95 games, the best team record-wise in the American League this season. And, you know, we're here in the Kingdom in Seattle, but keep in mind, it's a huge storyline in this, specifically this series, but, well, really overall in this series, but really specifically for this game, is the ace for this Raptors team is not available to play in this game. He's not going to be there the whole entire postseason. That's, of course, I'm talking about Logan Webb, who suffered an injury there the last month of the year, basically. So, yeah, that's a big blow. I mean, that's definitely a guy that you want to have out in this spot and in this game for you. But we'll see. Marcus Stroman is now going to have to take on that role of being the ace on this team, basically, in this series and in this postseason. But, he had a good season. 3.6 ERA and, 195 hits allowed and a 1.25 whip, with 132 strikeouts. So, it's not like he had an awful year, but those aren't really starter numbers, if you're asking me. So, this will be fascinating to see how he can do in this game and how that really affects Seattle in this series. And in this postseason, if they move past this postseason, there's Christian Yelich, and he's going to immediately start this game off with a double down the line in left. So the shift there was on, and nobody was over to be able to stop that baseball. So, Christian Yelich is on already. Yeah, down the line. Even if, the third baseman was playing regularly, that would have been a base hit regardless. But now here's Aaron Judge. And, we saw Judge and Riley, the two huge hitters on this offense, come through big time for New York in that wild-card game. So I got to do that again here tonight. That's a swing and a miss. Sinker way inside. And, it takes a pretty good pitch to make a guy like Judge look so foolish right there, swinging that one way inside, almost hitting him. Now it's Austin Riley, and, he had a monster swing. Huge game in the wild-card game. A 2-run homer that he hit in that one, as now a 1-2 to him. And that's a swing and a miss. High fastball. It was very high near the eyes of Riley there, but that's the end of the top of the first. So now we're on to the bottom half, and here's Zach Greinke. Zach Greinke this year, 37 years old, and had a great season. 3.42 ERA in 205 innings. Only 102 strikeouts, so that's definitely not a strong suit for him, but 1.11 ER whip, So, yeah, Zach Greinke, for a 37-year-old starter, had a pretty good year in out of the role here, out of the number 3 spot in this rotation. There's Brian De La Cruz. He's going to fly it to Christian Yelich there in left. That's the first out. And we're going to take a look at this lineup here in Seattle's offense. It's definitely their strength. They were first in the American League in average. First in almost every offensive category. You got De La Cruz, Benintendi, Juan Soto, Jared Walsh, Tanner Bogaerts, Jerry Shella, Travis D'Arnaud, Nick Solak, and Cesar Hernandez there at the very bottom of the batting order. And that's Andrew Benintendi taking strike 3 at the knees. Good pitch by Zach Greinke. And here now is the American League MVP in Juan Soto. The numbers that he had this year speak for themselves. 339 average, nearly a 1.1 OPS with 51 homers and 121 RBIs. So, definitely had, an MVP like here. And he's going to ground this one up the middle, and that one is going to get under the glove of the second baseman there. It looked like it was Kim. I think Kim was the shortstop. But either way, that's a base hit. And now it's Jared Walsh. Very good this year. 274 average for him. 841 OPS. And 26 homers. So here we go. 1-2 to him. That's on the corner for a seam fastball. For strike 3. Great pitch by... great pitch right there by Zach Greinke. And now we're in the bottom of the second. And here's Xander Bogaerts. 108 RBIs, 22 homers. Bogaerts, 291 average, had a great year offensively. Now an 0-2 to him. And that's a fly ball. On his move, on the move is Judge right out in front of the wall. Wow, makes the play. Fantastic defensive play. That's just what Aaron Judge is known for. He's got a great bat, but he's got great defense as well. And here's Travis D'Arnaud, and he was excellent this season. One of the better offensive catchers in baseball. 3-2. At the knees for strike 3. And Greinke's got a few Ks already here in this game. And a really good start for him so far tonight. Good start for both of these pitchers, actually. So we go to the top of the third. And Jalen Miller is at the plate. And let's see, a 2-2 to him here from Marcus Stroman. That's a swing and a miss. Splitter there, down in the zone. Stroman's got 3 strikeouts now already. And let's look at this pitch one more time. Yeah, great location there. Late on that pitch, it looked like. There was Jalen Miller. Now a man on, 1 down for Christian Yelich. And he's going to take a slider there. Maybe not a great location. High and inside, but gets strike 2. And so now what was Marcus Stroman come with here on this 0-2 pitch? And it's a beautiful slider inside. And that might have been the location he was looking for last pitch. And he gets it there. That was a great pitch right there. I mean, just unhittable. And yeah, we laid on it there, way inside. Yelich can't handle it, so that's out number 2. And now let's check McNeil. And McNeil is going to fly this one pretty deep to left. And a nice play made out there by Nick Solak, who is the left fielder on, no, that is the left fielder, that's right, on this ball club. So speaking of Nick Solak, he'll lead off this inning here. 286 average, 845 OPS, 13 homers and 71 RBIs. I mean, those are great numbers for him as well. So here's Zach Greinke coming set, and that's a 4-seam fastball, high and at the zone. Great pitch by Greinke, who's, I mean, I said strikeouts wasn't his strong suit, but he's locating his pitches really super well so far in this game. Let's look at this pitch sequence. I mean, only needed 2 pitches in that at-bat, a couple of sliders, and the rest were fastballs. So now it's Andy Benintendi, and Benintendi's going to go around on that 1-2. So the count's at 2-2 now, and there's a swing and a miss. High fastball, strike 3, 5th one of the game already for Zach Greinke. 2 hits so far. He's been pitching wonderful. Now it's Aaron Judge. 0-2, and he's going to swing and miss at a slider there way outside. Yeah, I mean, not anything you can do with that pitch. So now 1 down. Here's Austin Riley up again. And Austin Riley's going to swing and crush this ball deep to left center field. And Austin Riley goes deep again. His 2nd long ball of the postseason. And the Honey Badgers score first. Here in this series, it's 1-0 in the 4th. Man, and it breaks up a really good, I mean, Marcus Stroman seemingly was on a roll right now. He was pitching excellently, and, I mean, this guy is so good. Austin Riley, just one of the best hitters in baseball, 431 on the distance, absolutely crushed in a no-doubter into the concourse kind of area there in the outfield. Yeah, that was a big-time swing, and that's a strikeout on a slider at the knees, and, you know, frustration right there shown by Miguel Cabrera. But now it's Ramon Laureano, so, all right, Marcus Stroman just got to recover. How does he come back from that? As Ramon Laureano is going to ground it down the line, and a fair ball into the corner here. And Ramon Laureano is going to try to go to second. The throw is a pretty good one, actually. But Laureano gets in there ahead of the tag. Don't mind Tarcísio Hernandez going through Ramon Laureano there. That's all right. No issues there. That's a line drive, base hit. And Laureano's around third. He's going to come home to score. Base hit Jorge Alfaro. 2-0 in New York. Not satisfied with just the 1 run in this 4th inning. A double and now a base hit, and just out of the reach of a diving attempt right there by the 2nd baseman. So the Honey Badgers with that 78% chance of winning now in this game after that base hit. Jalen Miller's at the plate, and he gets strike 1 on that pitch now. A 2-1. It's a ground ball, and the 3rd baseman's got it over to 2nd base there, and that'll end the inning. So Gio Urshela ends the frame, but man, a big inning there by New York. 3 hits, 2 runs, and they're up 2-0, middle of the 4th. Now here's Juan Soto at the plate. And he's going to take that fastball there outside for ball 4. So, I mean, that's not the worst thing that you can do with him. Just walk him here. I mean, he's going to do a lot of damage to you, that's for sure. Now it's Jared Walsh. 0-1, the pitch here, and Walsh is going to swing and drive this one deep and into the gap off of the top of the wall. And, I mean, in any other spot in this ballpark, that's a home run, basically. Except for where that tall wall is in right field. But Walsh sets the Raptors up now with a perfect run-scoring opportunity. As, man, that was a good swing, but, yeah, just off the wall there now, second and third. Nobody out. Xander Bogaerts, he's going to ground it over to third base, and Austin Riley's got no choice but to just go to first, so that will score 1 run. Okay, so Seattle on the board now here in the 4th. Now there's 2 down in the inning. Travis D'Arnaud trying to get a big hit here. There's a ground ball. Stopped by the first baseman. Zach Greinke takes it himself the rest of the way. And that is the end of the 4th. So Seattle does get a couple of hits there and a big run as they're now up 2-1. Now we're in the 5th inning. Here's Sung Kim. 2-2 to him here. That's a swing and a miss. Cutter there outside. And Marcus Stroman's got 7 strikeouts. He's really got, strikeout pitch work, and he's been pretty good, except for, the few hits that he's allowed in this game. But a 5-inch break on that cutter, near basically 1,900 RPM. On the spin right now, it's Jeff McNeil. 2-1 to McNeil is a ground ball, and Hernandez makes that stop and makes the play. So halfway home, and, a pretty quiet. Not a ton of offense in this game up to this point. Honey Badgers ahead 2-1. 2 outs in the 5th inning now. Here's Andrew Benintendi. 0 for 2. He's struck out twice already tonight, and he's got 2 strikes on him here. As he's going to ground this to second. There's Jalen Miller making the play. Good scoop by McNeil at first base. And that's another 0 put up by Zach Greinke, who has been pitching really well so far in this game. Now we're in the 6th inning. And here's Aaron Judge. And, Aaron Judge, he hasn't done anything in this game so far. He's 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts at this point. As there's a ground ball, and that one is going to bounce in for a single. So there's Judge's first hit of the night. And he is on here to start the top of the 6th. Now it's Austin Riley again. And Austin Riley's going to swing and miss at that sinker. And that was a good pitch there by Marcus Stroman to a dangerous hitter for the first out. Now it's Miguel Cabrera. Still haven't had him, get a hit so far in the postseason. And a 2-1 here. And he does not go on that slider. Takes that for ball 3. So the count now is at 3-1. And, Stroman hasn't walked a lot of guys. I think he's only walked 1, maybe 2 tonight. There's a walk though, and now there's 2 men on. So kind of a dangerous situation here, as it's Ramon Laureano. 1 for 2 in the game so far. Now the count is full, and Laureano's gonna ground this one up the middle. That's a base hit, and around third is Judge. He's gonna score. Base hit. And an RBI single for Ramon Laureano. New York is going to add on to this lead. It's now 3-1. And a good line drive, single right back out the middle there by Laureano into straightaway center on a couple of bounces. And that is actually going to be the end of the game for Marcus Stroman tonight, who really, all things considered, pitched pretty well. He is on the hook for both of the runners on base right now and the 3 that have already come in to score. But, 8 strikeouts. Not an awful performance, I guess. John Curtis is going to come out, and John Curtis pitched a lot in the bullpen on this team. 107 innings and a 2.86 ERA, 108 WHIP. Really good numbers for him, actually, on the year. And here's now Jorge Alfaro. So big spot in this game. He's 1 for 2, and that's a slider swung on and missed for strike 3. I mean, an unconventional location for that slider there, way up and way outside like that, but it works. A couple of fastballs, 2-seamer, a 4-seamer, and a 2-seamer, and then that slider there, way up there for that last pitch. Now it's Jalen Miller, and Jalen Miller's going to take that fastball there outside for ball 3. And man, definitely don't want to let this lead to go any further. 3-2 pitch, and it's a line drive base hit down the line. That is going to score Miguel Cabrera, and around third comes another run, and it's safe to score. I believe that's Laureano, as Jalen Miller, big time 2 RBI single down the line. And I mean that's a huge hit. I think both those runners might have been moving on the pitch right there, which allowed the runs to score. But man, a huge extra base hit at the end of the day there for Jalen Miller. And now 5-1 New York. So all those runs charged to Marcus Stroman, as that's a slider that just barely catches the top of the zone. I mean, Hassan Kid doesn't really think so. The count is now full, as the runner's on the move here from second. That's a swing and a miss. Cam away late on that 4-seamer. But man, I mean, New York is kind of in control right now in this game. They got the offense working in some kind of more unlikely heroes. The depth has shown up definitely in this game. I mean, not like Judge has done anything extremely crazy tonight. He's gotten a hit, but you know, a lot of the kind of more bottom part of this lineup has contributed in this game for the Honey Badgers. And Zach Greinke has been pitching great, but that actually is the last pitch for him to throw tonight. So he's going to come out of this game here in the 6th inning. I didn't actually see if there was any outs in the 6th inning, but that's the end of the game for him. I mean, fantastic start in this one, and in line for the win if his bullpen can take care of the job. And out comes Justin Steele. 24.1 innings. And he was really fantastic, actually, in that time. 2.22 ERA with a 0.86 whip. So, yeah, Justin Steele had some really good numbers this year in a pretty small sample, honestly. As that's a swing and a miss. Gio Urshela not able to catch up to that fastball there. I believe that was a fastball inside. And Seattle cannot score in the 6th inning. And they're running out of innings right now. They're running out of outs to be able to come back in this game at this point. Only have 4 hits tonight, and I mean, the best offense in the AL has been shut down very effectively so far. Here's Aroldis Chapman, and you know, not quite the same Aroldis Chapman that he has been in his other parts of his career. He does have 23 saves this year, actually, but you know, 1.42 ERA. He was this team's closer for the beginning of the year. Then I moved him out of that role. But now a 2-2 count. Christian Yelich, that's a swing and a miss. 4-seam fastball there outside, and I mean, all this Chapman is still pretty good at getting strikeouts, and he got a big one right there. So now 1-2. Jeff McNeil, he's gonna swing and miss. That's a 4-seamer high in the zone, and Chapman's got 2 strikeouts here back to back in this 7th inning. And I mean, that pitch so incredibly tempting for a hitter. Jeff McNeil just wants to crush that one. And, I mean, there's not really much you can do, and it's that high up there like that. That's a nice stop by Urshela across the diamond. Actually, a pretty good play to end the top of the 7th inning. So, man, you got 9 outs. If you're Seattle, what can they do with them here? As we're in the bottom of the 7th, Justin still pitching. Went on in the inning. There's a ground ball, and that is a double play. Man, a good scoop by McNeil at first, and that is a killer right there to an attempt to try and, you know, make a significant comeback in this game. Man, end of the 7th inning, still 5-1 New York.
Ladies and gentlemen,
now here is Alex Colomé, and, you know, he was alright this season, a 4.23 ERA. Yeah, maybe a little bit high for him here, but he's got to keep this game right where it's at. That's the key right now. As here's Ramon Laureano, and he's had a really good game in this one. 2 for 3, a double, an RBI, and a base hit. Full count pitch here, and it's a fly ball center field. And over to get there to make the play is Juan Soto, who is playing center field for this team, as we're going to go into the bottom of the 8th. Here we go. I mean, Seattle's got a lot more to play with here. Here's Brian De La Cruz, and he does have a hit tonight. Justin Steele is still pitching, as a 3-1 is a ground ball. That one is going to get on through for a base hit. So there's a base runner. And, Seattle hasn't taken advantage of a lot of their base runners today so far, but here we go. Better late than never. Juan Soto's going to take that pitch inside, and I love the interesting move that he does when he takes a ball leading into the pitcher like that. But now a 2-2 count. And it's a ground ball, and it's stopped by McNeil, and there he's going to get the out. Actually, a really good play. I mean, kind of picked it up with his bare hand and threw it behind his back, basically, to Justin Steele at first, covering. And now it's Jared Walsh. 3-2, that is ball 4, and that's another walk. So now 2 on, and actually that's it for Justin Steele. They're going to go to the bullpen again, and they're going to bring out Sean Doolittle, and this makes sense. I mean, pitched basically a perfect inning, did give up a walk. But pitched an inning in the wildcard game, had a ridiculous 1.9 ERA this season. So, yeah, I don't want to mess around in this situation. Bring out your best stuff, as that is a curveball for strike 3. And, man, I mean, what are you waiting for right there if you're Xander Bogaerts? That's a pitch you got to crush. And now, we're in the 9th. That's a 4-seamer. That is strike 3 on the corner. And, I mean, the bullpen for Seattle, besides, John Curtis giving up some base hits, actually been really good. But, this offense, again, it's going to come down to them here in this 9th inning. And Sean Doolittle's still out there pitching in this 9th inning. It's not a safe situation technically, but, yeah, I trust Sean Doolittle with this spot. As there's a ground ball to Riley, and he's just going to go to first to get the outs. And there's a 1 down in the inning. Man, so Shala can't do anything. Now it's Travis D'Arnaud, who's 0 for 2 tonight with a walk. His only time getting on base. 2-2 pitch from Doolittle here. And it's a swing and a miss for a seamer, high fastball, and a classic strikeout pitch right there from Sean Doolittle. And it worked fantastically here. Yeah, actually in front of it and early on that fastball was the hitter. So now we're down to their final out. Here's Nick Solak, and Nick Solak's gonna swing at the first pitch and fly it to left field. Yelich there makes the catch and ends the game. And the Honey Badgers, okay, they win the wild card game. That was a home game for them, but then they go on the road and they win here on the road and take this first game from the American League best Seattle Raptors. And, I mean, again, no telling how this game would have gone if Seattle had their ace pitcher, Marcus Webb or Logan Webb, pitching in this game. Not sure how it would have gone if that was the case, but, yeah, I mean, either way, the offense really didn't do much at all for the Raptors in this game. That probably would have, I mean, even if Logan Webb was pitching in this game, the offense, if they did what they did, and they probably still would have lost, but man, okay, 5-1 score, and the Honey Badgers 2-0 here to start their playoff run. And, they got, of course, a big home run from Austin Riley in this game, like they did in the wild card game, but we saw some more unlikely heroes in this one. You got Jorge Alfaro, who had a big RBI single as well. Ramon Laureano had some big hits in this game, as you see here. And then Jalen Miller actually had a huge extra base hit, in the 6th inning to really break the game open, actually. And, I mean, so those were really the big stars of the show for New York in this game as there's the final out. So the Honey Badgers lead the series 1-0 now, and Zach Greinke gets the win in this one and gets the player of the game, actually. The loss goes to Marcus Stroman. Sean Doolittle It says that he got a save. I don't know if they actually counted that towards him, but you got Cam with a double, Yelich, Liriano, Miller with a double. Riley did get a home run there, but yeah, I mean, Miller, Liriano, and Alfaro got the RBIs in this game, so good production all around by New York. And then Zach Greinke, okay, they did give Sean Doolittle a save, actually. But either way, Greinke, 5.1 innings, 4 hits, only 1 run allowed, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts. I mean, fantastic start by him, for sure. Justin Steele did his job perfectly, 2.1 innings, didn't give up a run. And then Sean Doolittle also did his job perfectly there. And, I mean, not a lot of offense there to really speak of for Seattle. RBI went to Xander Bogaerts. But, this is going to be the end of this episode here. For me, guys, thank you so much for watching this one. Please remember to subscribe to the channel if you want to, continue to be notified of when these videos are coming out and when the playoffs continue here. Remember to subscribe to the channel. Marcus Stroman, all 5 runs did get charged to him. And the bullpen actually didn't give up any runs, technically. Pitched really well. John Curtis did give up a big hit, though, when he came out to pitch. But Marcus Stroman didn't end up really having that great of a start in the end of the day. But fascinating start to this American League Divisional round. So next time, we'll have the beginning of the American League Division Series between the Boston Barons and the Houston Reapers. And then we will have some more quick manage situations for these Game 2s as well. That'll be next time on the channel. So thank you guys again for watching it here. Hope you had a great week. And I will see you in the next playoff video. Hope you have a great day, guys. And God bless.